Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video I'm going to outline the top 5 Hot Toys head sculpts of all time, in my opinion. So as I stated in the intro, this video is all about head sculpts, and it's all about the top 5 head sculpts that Hot Toys have ever done to date. Now this is just my own personal list. I'm going to go through the top 5. I'm going to go through some honorable mentions, and then I'm going to outline my top 5 just for fun. This is just my own opinion. Obviously this is all completely subjective, and you'll be delighted to know that the image on screen now is definitely not one of them. But I'll go through some honorable mentions now. Yeah, so I definitely think, even though the Tony Stank doesn't make the list, an honorable mention would be the updated Battle Damage Mark 85, but it's not in my top 5, although it's a fantastic head sculpt. Sasha Banks, the thing is, I wanted to keep the top 5 all figures that have actually been released. I didn't want to judge any prototypes, so this didn't make it into the top 5. If it turns out like this, it probably will. It's fantastic, and they tend to struggle with kind of younger people because obviously they've less wrinkles, smoother skin, and there's not as much for them to work with to kind of put in detail and texture. They tend to get the older characters better. And of course, look, this is just a prototype image, so I don't think it was fair to put it in the actual top 5, but it does look bloody good in fairness. Apart from maybe those braids in the head, but I could get over that. It looks phenomenal. Again, another prototype image. This is the quarter scale Boba Fett from the book of Boba Fett. If this turns out exactly like this, I think this could be the best they've ever done. Okay, it is a quarter scale, so you know, people will argue like, you know, you can't really judge a quarter scale like a 6 scale, but this list, I've just said best head sculpts. It could be quarter scale, it could be 6 scale, just based on my own opinions. But look, this is a prototype image, so I haven't included in my top 5. But if it turns out like this, it's going to be a bloody good one. And then another honorable mention, Tarkin. So Tarkin, I think they did Tarkin single pack from the original trilogy and Tarkin 2 pack with Darth Vader. But again, an older gentleman, lots of wrinkles, lots for them to work with, graying hair, texture, all that kind of stuff. Does look very good, fantastic looking figure. Anyway, so let's go through my top 5. Coming in at number 5, another elderly gentleman from the prequels, Count Dooku. So fantastic image based on the likeness of the actor Christopher Lee. He was in Lord of the Rings, and I think he played Dracula as well. Yeah, I just think like this, I had to, when I was looking for these images, I had to make sure that it wasn't actually an image of him as still from the movie. But this is, I got this from a site which is references Hot Toys. This is an actual figure. That's pretty mind blowing. They've nailed that. So that's top 5. I don't own this figure. I don't really tend to collect prequels, but like I said, like I did a video already about like the top 5 head sculpts in my collection. These ones are just top 5 head sculpts in my opinion, full stop. And I haven't, you know, people will argue like that my number 1 isn't the best, and people will say like their own 5, but that's the whole fun. And I encourage you to you know, put into the comment section down below your top 5. So coming in at number 4, I'm on the hunt for this figure. When I'm saying I'm on the hunt for it, like, you know, I'm looking for it, and if I find it like, you know, in, you know, good condition, either new or secondhand in perfect condition, I'd entertain the thought. But to be honest, I'm not really looking too hard because it's just not a priority at the time, but I would like it. So this is the Hot Toys QS013. So this is the quarter scale Darth Vader based on Return of the Jedi. Obviously based on the likeness of the actor, let me get this right, Sebastian Shaw. I always have to double think there in case I say Sebastian Stan, who's obviously the Winter Soldier, but this is Sebastian Shaw. Interesting, you have Dave Prowse in the suit, who you never see and you never hear. You have, is it David Earl Jones? I feel like I've got that right. Let me know if I'm wrong in that in the comment down below. I think it's David Earl Jones does the voice. And then you have Sebastian Shaw, who actually, when the helmet comes off, you can see the face. And now we know, thanks to yeah, everyone's seen Kenobi at this stage. Now we know how he got those scars. This is a fantastic head sculpt. Again, an older gentleman. So like you have the scar on the left side of his face, the scar on his head. You've got the wrinkles, the kind of bags under his eyes. He's really pale looking as well. It's just a fantastic looking head sculpt. Coming in at number 3. This is actually the video. I dropped 2 videos today. One was the top 5 head sculpts in my collection, and the other one was the top 5 head sculpts in my own opinion, full stop. This one appears in both. This is actually the strongest head sculpt in my collection. It is phenomenal. It's creepy. It's right there. Every time I turn around, honestly, I just feel like he's looking at me. Like, it's really, really weird. It's just so good. I'm expecting him to just start talking. It's just the art involved in this, like the paint applications, the sculpt, the scarring. He doesn't have the eyebrows because he's been in the back of the tank. His ears on the left look like it's kind of melting off. The stern expression in the face. This is Tamora Morrison. This is like it just leapt right off the screen. I think this is one of the best they've ever done. That's why it's on my list. So this is in my opinion, the number 3 best head sculpt they've ever done. Coming in number 2, and a lot of people probably predicted this would be number 1. This is fantastic. This is Yondu, based on the character Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Like this thing, Michael Rooker, I believe that's his name, the actor's name. They've nailed this, and they tend to nail the older gentlemen, and if there's kind of like a blue kind of on the face or a color on the face, or even like if you go back here to the Darth Vader, it's very, very pale looking. When there's kind of like an odd color on the face, they tend to do very well. And a guy, he's not the oldest man, but he's got a few wrinkles here. He's got a very kind of I suppose he's kind of a unique look to him, and a bit of facial hair and all that kind of stuff. So like again, I had to double check that this wasn't actually a still from the movie, but yeah, it's not. It's like actually Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure, and it's fantastic. And I know the G word gets thrown around a lot, and people say that this is a G, and yeah, I suppose like they're probably not going to make it again. It's definitely creeping up in value, and it's fantastic quality. And if you're into Guardians of the Galaxy, you're trying to complete your set, I'd imagine a lot of people are going to be looking for this. Yeah, that is fantastic. Quick recap of my top 5 before I unveil my number 1. So coming in number 5, it was Count Dooku, based on the likeness of Christopher Lee from the prequels. Coming in number 4, you have the Darth Vader Return of the Jedi quarter scale, based on the likeness of the actor Sebastian Shaw. Coming in number 3, Tamora Morrison, Boba Fett from The Mandalorian. Coming in number 2, Michael Rooker or Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. But number 1, the best head sculpt I think Hot Toys have ever done. And let's face it, I'm splitting hairs because all of these are fantastic. It's kind of personal preference, but the DX08 Jack Nicholson Joker, it is phenomenal. I've looked at all the photos. I've seen it I haven't actually ever seen it in hand though. That's the only thing, but I've seen multiple reviews and I've seen multiple blogger photos, and it always looks good no matter from what angle. It just looks like Jack Nicholson when he's playing the Joker, but again, it has that it has a full obviously the white paint on the face, so maybe that helps as well. But yeah, this is phenomenal, and considering that this is an old figure, this was back when DX actually meant something. This is mind blowing. Like, you know what I mean? It just really is mind blowing. Almost watched my language there. I just got really excited about it. But this fantastic looking figure, fantastic looking head sculpt. Let's face it, Hot Toys 99% of the time they knock it out of the park. We do have those Ant-Mans, we do have those Tony Stanks, and they do miss sometimes, but it's so rare, and they're getting better and better and better as technology and paint apps and sculpts improves, and they've got the competition from other companies as well. Anyway, that's the video. So if you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Let me know your top 5 or your top 3, whether it's just whether it's quarter scale, 6 scale, doesn't really matter. Just it's just for fun. It's all subjective. Let me know what are your favorite head sculpts. Maybe you agree or disagree with any of mine on my list. You can also follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.